I'm Willie.
And I'm John.
And we are the hosts of Grow, Cook, Eat.
And today we are working with lemon verbena.
Yes, a very delicious herb.
Okay, so this is that herb that the leaves taste like lemon.
They do. They taste just like lemon. And we are going to use the leaves to infuse some simple syrup and make homemade froyo.
Now this is exciting. Let's get this started.
Okay. I love lemon verbena. It is one of my very favorite herbs because it has this amazing citrusy flavor. It doesn't smell like cleaner at all. It's just very bright and fresh, and it's easy to grow. You can buy starts at a nursery, typically in spring. You want to look for one that's fairly bushy, and then I like to grow lemon verbena in containers. I took just a good potting mix, filled it up to within about an inch of the top of the pot, and planted the lemon verbena here in the back. And to harvest lemon verbena, it's really pretty easy. You want to use scissors because it has fairly stiff stems, so it's hard to make a clean pinch. And you want to always make your cut right above a set of leaves because there's these little teeny buds that are hard to see in there that will turn into branches if you clip off the top of the plant right above them. And today we're going to need about 1/4 cup of leaves, so I'm going to go ahead and make a few cuts right there. And I leave about 1/3 of the stem below for where I make my cut, just to ensure that there's plenty of leaves there for photosynthesis and that the plant can keep growing fast and strong throughout the season. I think I have enough lemon verbena here. I'm going to go ahead and take it inside, and I'm going to use these wonderful leaves to infuse their flavor into some simple syrup, and then we're going to stir that into yogurt and make homemade frozen yogurt. The first step when you make homemade frozen yogurt is to make a simple syrup. For this simple syrup, I'm going to use 4 cups water, and I'm just going to pour it into the saucepan here. And then I'm going to use 2 cups sugar in the saucepan, whisking as I go. To help speed along the dissolving process, I'm just going to light the stove and give it a good stir here. I'm just going to stir it until the sugar is completely dissolved and the syrup's clear. The sugar actually dissolves pretty fast, and as soon as it's running clear here, I'm just gonna add in the lemon verbena. And I've got a 1/2 cup lemon verbena. I washed it and I finely chopped it. And as I add it into the simple syrup, I'm just gonna give it a good squeeze to help release the essential oils. And that'll just ensure that the lemon verbena really starts to flavoring. And then I'm just gonna stir it around here for about a minute. That will help the leaves really just release all their delicious flavor into the syrup. Now I'm gonna pour the hot syrup back into the measuring cup, and then I'm gonna stick it in the fridge and let it cool down so that it's nice and chilled, and then we'll combine it with the yogurt and make the homemade frozen yogurt. You can see that the syrup's already starting to take on a little bit of a golden hue, and that's from the lemon verbena leaves. And then I'll put that into the fridge, and in a little bit we'll be back to make the yogurt. Homemade frozen yogurt is so easy to make. You just need yogurt and simple syrup. I like to use a whole fat pourable, so I use Strauss, which is a brand that's available in Portland, but if you can't find Strauss, look for one that pours like this, that doesn't have a ton of stabilizers in it. And you want to put in a full 32-ounce containers, so that's 4 cups of yogurt. And then I'm just going to add to the yogurt, I'm going to add the simple syrup. So I'm going to strain it out, and I'm going to put in 2 cups. So I'm going to strain out, and I'm going to pour that into the yogurt. And then I'm going to dump out the leaves, and then we'll go ahead and do the 2nd cup. Put that in, and then I'm just going to go ahead and whisk the simple syrup and the yogurt together. Once that's ready, I'm gonna go ahead and put my freezer bowl, which is frozen, onto the ice cream maker, and then pour in the yogurt mixture And then on my maker, you have to put this little plastic shield over the top and then turn it on, and we're just gonna churn it until it's frozen. So that usually takes about 20 minutes. And after that, we'll have to transfer it into a container and let it continue to firm up in the freezer. Okay, so the frozen yogurt is pretty frozen here in the ice cream maker. You could eat it right now if you really wanted to, but I like it to be a little bit more frozen, and so for that you have to finish it up in the actual freezer. So I'm gonna take out the paddle, and then I'm just gonna transfer the frozen yogurt into this container here. And this is just a quart-sized container, or 6-cup container, I think it is. So I like to stick it in the freezer and then give it a stir a couple times while it's freezing up, you know, once an hour or so. So I'm gonna stick it in the freezer, and then when it's nice and hard, we'll go ahead and have some for dessert.
All right, Will, can I dish it up for you?
Yeah, please.
All right.
It's so nice to have homemade frozen yogurt on a hot day.
Yeah, it is nice.
Can I have some blueberries?
Of course. All right, moment of truth.
I think you're gonna like it.
Okay, you cannot buy frozen yogurt that tastes like this. That was delicious. You should make dessert more often.
Yeah, well, I think that the secret ingredient, the lemon verbena, really makes it special because that's just not a flavor you're gonna find most places. So we hope the video inspires you to grow lemon verbena because it really is delicious and it's so fun to make homemade frozen yogurt.
And thank you for all the comments this season. We really appreciate them, and we try and incorporate them into most of our episodes.
And we hope that over the winter, you'll check into my blog, diginfood.com, where we put up pictures of our garden and lots of seasonal recipes.
So thanks for coming. We'll see you next time.